Right? It happened. Not proper. But not on properly. This is technique number 1.
Faceting. Oh,
no. That's the doesn't say that's technique number 1. That's somehow off.
Is the
Right. Something not.
the wire
No, it's not has a wire for the No. Alright. Not clicking.
do you want a hand?
No, that's alright.
There we go.
Alright.
Ooh.
Alright. That's better. Very long intro. Your head up and down. Side to side. Hey, ear to shoulder. Circles one way. And the other way. Hey. Go up. And back. Come in. Sideways. That's ready. And tight. Hey. Benji. Yoko. That's right. You go. Thank you. Go. Thank you. Go.
side.
Sides. Side. Side. This side. And the back. Up, forward, down. And your knees, back. Circles, away. Circles the other way. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. On your toes, down. 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 Y tesoro aquí. And hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hands on your chest, shoulders back, reaching your hips, hip hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this side. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So many times, people talk about we're doing during the week a particular technique that uses the bokken, and then with the bokken we have to be able to receive in order to come back into ikkyo or iriminage. And people always comment how difficult is that. When someone comes into iriminage behind me, and me comes down here, and then I kind of stand up as part of the movement, not just simply kind of flop into my head, and then just kind of struggle my way out somehow out of the movement. I mean, that's why we do these kind of exercises, because the two basic things that are happening in a basic receiving of iriminage is this and this. That's basically the mechanics of the ukemi, of the part of the ukemi of iriminage. We are hinging, and then we are shooting the leg. We are hinging, and then we are shooting the leg. So someone comes and behind me into iriminage, come down, maybe they take me really down, and then I shoot the leg, and then I get up. Okay? So someone comes back in iriminage, I hinge down, and then I shoot the leg. So the capacity to do this and this, okay, is basically what puts together. But if we do not feel comfortable doing this or that, then yes, iriminage is going to be something much more awkward. And my body just keeps pushing me down, and then I'm trying to find my way up. So it's this basic set of mobilities in the body that helps us do that. So let's just do that one together. So it's more like keep hinges, time to go and touch the ground. Protect your knee, shoot your leg up, and come up. Okay, so this is that. Okay, down, protect your knee, shoot, come up. Again, down, protect your knee, shoot, come up. Okay. Down, protecting, shooting, up. Down, protecting, shooting, up. Down, protect the knee, shoot your leg, up. Down, protect, shoot. The other side. Down, protect, shoot. Down, protect, shoot. Down, protect, shoot. Down, protect, shoot. I guess that's with many things. So sometimes when we do things constantly, I take things for granted. In addition to the hinge, in addition to the knee, the hip, needs to have certain health in order to do this, and that's why we start our program, our warm-ups with movements like that. This is an outer crescent kick or an inside crescent kick, but they kind of monitor similar health conditions of the hip. Okay, so can your hip open and your hip close? Can your hip open and your hip close? So when we come here for iriminage, for example, coming down, protect the leg, and your hip is going to open. That's when you move into your knee. So that is going to test the opening of your hip, to passing of the leg. So yeah, it also has to do a little bit with the health of the hip to do that motion. In order to study that, just put your hands down. Okay, raising your hip one side and bring it down. 1, raising it. 2, down. Raise, 3, down, raise, 4, down, 5, down, the other side, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, the other side. 1. Now change to the other side. 2. Change to the other side. 3. Change. 4. Change. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And relax. Yeah. So as you can see, like simple movements, like the idea of how to receive an eliminage. And so Gucci enters, opponent cuts, I enter, and I get up again, and I'm ready for my next movement. Rely on little elements of mobility that either are there or they are not great. Can I hinge? Can I hinge? Or do I always receive with my lower back? Or I always receive with my knees? So, but am I aware of what the hinging movement is? That's number one. Can my knee raise, freely? Is the motion of my hip forward more or less unrestricted? Because otherwise I won't be able to raise my leg. And number three, can my hip open? Is the motion of my hip on the lateral plane more or less unrestricted? Otherwise I wouldn't be able to pass. So we come down, we receive, I open my hip, I shoot my hip, my knee. If any of those two things, if the hinge or the hip in the frontal plane or the hip on the horizontal plane are somehow restricted for some reason, then the receiving of eliminage is going to be difficult. So we need to slowly study on ourselves which one is. Okay, am I okay with that? Okay, maybe that's number one. I'm more or less happy with that. Am I okay with that? Okay, maybe that is not that. My hip seems to be fine. Am I okay with that one? Oh, maybe that one is. Maybe my hip doesn't open kind of as much as I should, and then start working on that. Okay, so the last thing that, and again, just grabbing this section of the eliminage ukemi because it is complicated when we are giving a lot of power or when we have a tool in our hands and then the tool kind of complicates things, the weapon complicates things. So we were receiving with the sword. So we were receiving, it was an action, we were receiving here and down, and then we got the weapon on, and then we ended up in EQ, for example, Then we had the sword. So it's, in addition to all the mechanical things that we had, now we need to know how to move around this and what to do with the weapon, and then where to put it, and then how to come down to the ground. So that what complicates things a little bit. But your hip hinge, check. Your knee raise, check. Your open hip, check. If those three things are in place, okay, we can keep moving. The next thing is certain level of control on your arms. Okay, so that's why we do the slow push-ups, eccentric push-up, which is or negative push-up, which has so many names. When you go down, so put your hands out, okay, and slowly go your way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up, and again down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Again down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. One more. Down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. And rest. So if arm strength is our problem, obviously, for example, something like a push-up, then there are ways of obviously starting to support that. One way would be to just stay in a static high plank, okay, and just do shoulder touches, okay. So there is no demand on the actual push-up exercise, but there is a demand that for a moment I should be able to hold my weight with one arm, kind of thing. For one moment I should be able to do that. So let's just do that one so we can see how it feels. Okay, so get yourselves into plank position. Okay, engage your core muscles and shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Okay, so that's number one. You know, just your basic plank position. If it's so weak, then maybe we don't even start there. Maybe we begin with low plank, just holding a basic low plank for a few seconds. If low plank is okay, then high plank for a few seconds. If high plank is okay, then we start doing shoulder taps and so on. So depending how much strength we have, so that we don't have much, so that's fine, but we need to work somewhere. So if lower plank, high plank, and shoulder taps are more or less okay, then we can start thinking about doing our push-ups. Horizontal push-up is the most difficult one, obviously, because it's reliant. Well, no, decline push-up is the most difficult one, but let's say horizontal plank is pretty complicated. But incline push-up is where you kind of start. How inclined? Well, if there is a very little strength, then the wall. It's kind of not inclined, it's vertical, right? So that's as vertical as it gets. So, you know, if in the beginning maybe it's just that, against wall, that's all it is, because that's as much as we can do. It's completely vertical. And then find a well, you know, grounded table or something, you know, that you can safely put your hands on and it's not going to flip over you. I have in there, for example, a box, you know, like a big box. Yeah, and then you start to do your incline push-ups at that level. So if you have absolute no strength on your arms, vertical push-up, which is against the wall, and then progressively begin inclining, you know, that push-up until you get horizontal, right? So find something that is sturdy and stable, so you can do a push-up in that position, and then begin your push-up exercise, okay? So that's number two. So number one is your planks. Can you hold your planks? Basic strength. Number two, incline push-ups of some form, okay? So vertical, no strength, a little bit inclined, some strength. And then you come to horizontal push-ups. And this is where you can go on your knees, okay? Or on your toes, okay? So literally if you are starting with strength, possibly your knees is the way to go. If you have more strength, your toes is the way to go. So if you have your little knees and you begin with the negative part of the push-up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you relax, and you kind of scramble your way up, okay, somehow, and then you do it again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you relax, and you scramble your way up, okay, and then you do that on your knees, slowly, and then you do that. So what I'm saying is, any of these is going to be a requirement to create some very basic level of arm strength. So when you have to receive something like here coming down, in that moment, you know, slowly, even if you don't want knee, slowly, we're going to receive. As opposed to we are here, boom, and you just collapse into that, right? So at some point, you're going to enter, go around, whatever is happening, receiving, slowly coming down. Okay, so how do you develop that arm strength? As I say, plank versus incline push-up versus negative push-up versus normal push-up. Okay, so it's kind of any of those options. So let's practice that for a moment, okay? So Shomenuchi, step, turn around, down to the ground, slowly, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, the other side, Shomen, step, turn around, and slowly pushing down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, to the side, Shomen, step, turn your arm around for EQ, and down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shomen, step, turn your arm around for EQ, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shomen, step, turn around your arm for EQ. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. One more. Shomen. Step. Turn your arm around. Ikkyo. And down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Right, grab your jaw, please. Grab your jaw. So, yeah, so next time that we receive Shokunuchi Iminage, just consider that. What is the health of your hip for different functions? What's the level of the strength of your arms in order to be able to hold your weight progressively as part of a movement? If you have no mobility of hips in different ranges, then there is work to do in order to kind of help with that. If there is no strength in the arms at all, in order to be able to hold yourself downwards, then there are different exercises to help us to achieve that. And then, like a good IKEA shop, putting everything together, so, which is difficult. The coordination of all of those things is difficult. So anyway, all right, so this time, Ushiro Ukebi, okay? Keep your, especially if you're at home, keep this thing very vertical. Careful that you do not hit windows or tables or anything, okay? While you do your Ukebi, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same exercise, but with Joko Ukemi, okay? Careful, because the same thing, the jaw can fly a lot. So keep it in front of you and vertical all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, next one, same for Ukemi with the jaw. I spoke about it during the week. With the bokken, you have almost no option because the bokken has no change of hands. So with the bokken, one time when you roll with your bokken, let's say on the left hand, the roll will be open, as in your hands are open. And when you roll on the right hand, your roll will be cross because you cannot change grip, so you're going to roll cross. But with the jaw, you can do that, or you can roll open both times, which is maybe a little bit of an easier thing. So you roll open on one side, then you can change hands, roll open on the other side. Change hands, roll open. Okay, so just count the difference between hold the weapon with both hands and just check. Am I rolling open roll or cross roll? Okay, so that's number 1 to check. Number 2, remember, okay, the one to do it from your knees, your weapon is always perpendicular to your body. Okay, so careful that your weapon is not linear to your body because otherwise you can get stuck and then you can hit yourself, okay, and then you pass. So make sure your weapon is perpendicular to the body from the beginning and to the end, okay? So from the beginning to the end, okay? So please try your rolls, make sure that your weapon is perpendicular and check that you are doing open rolls as opposed to cross rolls, if possible. Okay, try this. So, perpendicular at the beginning, perpendicular at the end. Perpendicular at the beginning, perpendicular at the end. Each. Perpendicular, linear, horizontal. Okay. Just a thumbs up for you, check. You keep going. So as I say, there's nothing really wrong with a cross roll. Okay, it's just that with an open roll, it's a little bit easier than a cross roll. And the difference is that with the jaw, you don't have to choose. You can always change hands, and then always have open rolls. With the bokken, when it's held only in one position, one arm will be open roll, the other arm will be cross roll. So it's no problem with cross rolls, it's just that a little bit more difficult. Also, there is not really a problem with the weapon being not perpendicular. Okay, eventually when you see more confident ukes who know how to hold the weapon properly, you know, they can roll with the weapon wherever it is because they have control of the weapon at all times. It could be that they are rolling with the weapon in a linear form, but they have very good control of the weapon. The concept of the weapon being perpendicular is a concept for basic rolling. Okay, so begins perpendicular, finish perpendicular. Because in the beginning, we do not have that control. In the beginning, will be something more like things going everywhere. So perpendicular discipline, perpendicular says that. But yet, a more proficient uke may be able to roll with one hand and the weapon not perpendicular. Okay, but so basic rolling, perpendicular, roll, perpendicular. So the bokken doesn't go. You finish your roll, finishing one knee. One knee, yeah, it was finishing. It was finishing both knees. Finish. One. One of those little habits that is funny how they creep over, and sometimes people keep doing that when people roll from the knees, they end up always on two knees. And you say, oh well, at this level there's no more much of a problem because we're always starting two knees and that's fine. But then they do it from standing up and they do this. So that creeps in. That in that condition is not good. In that condition, the better roll is one knee, so you can do your stand up as immediate as possible. But if we're not careful, the habit of two knees creeps in and then keeps happening. So that's why one knee. All right. So now this movement that we were doing during the week a lot, you know, ish. Knee, stand, sheep, roll. We use basic use of your arms in a circular fashion, okay? We were doing it with the jaw, and it was creating a little bit of habit because we were trying to kind of shorten the movement, okay? Now, make a big circle with your arm. One, big circle. Two. So the jaw is coming from above you into your center line. Three. From above to the center line. You see the jaw is not coming from the sides, okay, or diagonally, okay, as much as possible from above into the center line, from above into the center line, from above, center line, from above, center line, from above, center line, above, center line. Okay, so that was number one. Remembering that the movement is, in this case, it's generous, it's big, you know, use it to check, you know, not dissimilar to our beginning, our first Ude Saraki, you know, when we warm up. And number two, what we're saying is that in principle, the weapon always stays in the center line and the body is the one that moves out of the center line, as opposed to here and the weapon going sideways and me not having to move here, the weapon moving sideways, here, the weapon moving sideways, and never really threatening my body. No. The weapon comes in a straight line. My body moves off that line. The weapon comes in a straight line. My body moves. Weapon comes in a straight line. My body moves. My weapon comes with a straight line. My body moves. Okay, so those two things general circles, check the health of your shoulder, which is what is a little bit testing, okay? And second, be offline, okay? Because the weapon is on the line. Offline, the weapon is off. Okay, please, big circular strikes, big general circles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You decided an extra. 9, 10. I thought you were adding the extra. Okay. That's the marble kind of. Move it with the hand down. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now this time, same each and knee extending. Okay, so each, and knee extending with your knee up. Okay, the other side, each, knee extending with your knee up. Try to bring your second leg back. Remember, don't leave it outside like a tail. Moshiko, bring it back. Use your spine, use your body. Okay? Circular strike. Each. Knee. Side. Each. Knee. Side. Each. Knee. Change. Each. Knee. Each. Knee. Change. Each. Knee. Remember, okay, careful with your ski. Careful that your ski doesn't pull out. Don't pull it back and then move forward. Our ski happens. Okay, so our strength, and then keeping it in front of us. Moving from our hips and legs, not from our shoulders. Okay, so each knee. So each knee. 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 And stand there. So I will finish up there. Hands down. You out. Knee, you down. San, you down. Hey. Right. Hey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ah.